Tammy's Homesteading Crafts. Today we're in the garden and we are going to get our garden planted for the 2025 season. I want to take you along for the ride of planting the garden. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to welcome everybody to my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, liking, subscribing, and commenting on all of my videos. I really appreciate all of you for doing that. For those of you who this might be the very first video you are watching, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the content. As you see, we're outside. We've got some people mowing lawns. We have a nail gun going every now and then from some construction around, so I have new mics. I'm hoping you guys are able to hear me with my mics, and we will go on. But I want to take you for not really a tour, but let's get into planting the garden. You guys know, for those of you who've been around for a while, I don't know how to time lapse, so we will just start. So normally I get my plants the week of Mother's Day, and I plant my garden Mother's Day weekend. We have had such cold weather here that I have not been able to get anything planted. This is close to the end of the month where I'm able to get things planted here, and yeah, I'm almost a month behind of when I want to get things planted. Usually Father's Day weekend is when I plant my green beans. I'm not doing any beans this year. I'm not doing any carrots. I'm just going to do, I really wasn't sure I was going to do a garden. But then I decided that, you know what, with the price of all of the vegetables and stuff right now in the stores and all of everything, I could grow some tomatoes, some peppers, and I could freeze my little peppers like I normally do, make tomato sauce, diced tomatoes, whatever with my tomatoes, and save a ton of money on stuff like that. I've got my strawberries, and I'm able to get some cucumbers here, getting them into the garden and be able to make some pickles and different things like that. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to grow the things that we absolutely need. We don't need carrots, we don't need beets, we don't need green beans. So we're just going to do some tomatoes, some peppers, cucumbers, and of course try some fruit, different things like blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, see what we can get with those and try to get that part of the garden a little bit healthier so that we have that. But let me get to planting some, and then I will show you what we have in the garden. But yeah, that is what we've got so far. Okay, my last video I showed you guys my blueberry bushes from the previous year, and they weren't looking so good. Well, this one is doing pretty good, and he actually has quite a few flowers on there, so we're gonna get a few blueberries on this one. This one that has a sprout coming out of it and then one long leg, there's some flowers on there, so we're gonna get some blueberries there as well. And I bought 2 new ones. This one is loaded. When I bought them, they were loaded with flowers, and this one is loaded with some blueberries. So hopefully I'll get a decent amount. And then this one has quite a few blueberries on it as well. I got 2 new blueberry plants. I have room for 1, maybe 2 more. Maybe 3, because I probably could put one right here in that spot, right up next to that. I'd like to have a whole line, a bush of blueberries along this whole area. Let's see if we can, there, from there to there, I'd like to have blueberries all the way along there. That's what I would like to do. We'll see. But yeah, so I should be able to get some blueberries from those as well. But those are my blueberry plants. My blackberries are doing pretty good here as well, and also my raspberries. Raspberries have like tripled in size. So yeah, hopefully we'll get quite a few raspberries out of those. And then right below that is my rhubarb plant, and he is definitely quite big. I gotta trim him a little bit here, pull some rhubarb off of him and keep him going. I had, as you can see right there, I cut off, I had 4 or 5 stalks that came up to bloom like this right here, real wide ones. I usually cut them off, and then it just keeps growing for some reason. I don't know why, but I just keep getting rhubarb. So that's my rhubarb plant, doing really well since the winter. And then this is my old strawberry bed that I am turning into an herb bed. I got my oregano in here, doing okay. I don't know if that is cilantro or parsley, not really sure. I dumped the dirt from my pots in here, and that just started growing. I'm assuming that it is parsley, but it kind of looks like cilantro. Have not tried it to taste it. I also have it in a bucket that I didn't dump out that is growing, but I did get some cilantro seeds and some parsley seeds, and I will get them planted in pots, not pots, but in a circle amount. I'll put all the seeds in 2 or 3 spots so that I have a good bunch of it, so it's a clump and not just a few pieces here and there. But yeah, we will get those planted as well and get them to start growing from seeds. They'll take a little bit longer to get up, but yeah, so that's what we're going to do there and get our herb garden, our herb bed growing and doing something. So I ended up getting my basil, got that put in my pot there and getting that to start growing as well. I got 2 little cherry tomatoes. I got them planted in the pot the other day just to get them going. So my neighbor again gave me some strawberry plants, and I actually had some from my strawberry bed that had bloomed. It started growing on the outside of my bed that I had. So I went around and I did these a couple of weeks ago because they gave them to me the first of the month, and I wanted to get them planted. And I thought I had gotten rid of the bunny, but last night the bunny got in and took the top off of the one that actually had strawberries on it. So I'm going to have to fix the gate here and try to keep the bunny out. He's not in the garden, and with everything the way it is, he can't get in the garden because the fence is touching the ground. But I have these strawberries, and then I was lucky enough to get these from a friend of mine. They don't look so good right now, but I am going to get these planted in the ground as well, and I'm probably going to plant them in between some of the spots that I have right there. I just want a nice big long bed. A couple of these, nothing is growing in, as you can see, so we're just gonna replace those. I have 3 or 4 of the hills that have nothing growing in them, so I'm going to put some of these strawberries in those hills. But that is the strawberry patch. We will get those planted, and I'll show you what they look like when we're completely done. Okay, so I got all of my strawberry plants planted in between what I already had, got them going. And then I had enough for a strawberry trellis, so we'll see if anything grows out of those. I don't know. Might grow, might not. We'll see. I have quite a few strawberries here. Just wanted to get these ones in the ground. I've got to water everything. Of course, now it's probably not going to rain when I want it to rain. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, strawberries planted. Got all of my cucumbers planted. I was able to get all of these cucumbers for like $5. They were priced $1.99, and I thought, oh, that's a good price. I'll get all of these cucumbers for $1.99. Well, when it rang up, it was $5.99, but there's still quite a few cucumbers here. Already started plants. I do have some seeds that I can put in and get the seeds excuse me, get the seeds going when I need to get the seeds going. Okay, so then let's show you the pepper plants that I got planted. Okay, I was able to get my pepper plants planted here. I got some, of course, my yum yum peppers that are the little sweet peppers that we have, and then I got some giant sweets, I guess they were called. Supposed to be a nice big yellow bell pepper. So we'll see. I got quite a few of those pots or plants to get in. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 pepper plants this year. Normally I only have a few. I got 8 this year. My tomatoes, I've got them planted here. Some are my Heinz. I've got my alpacas. And then I've got my San Marineras, my Heinz, and then there was a new giant paste tomato. Not sure. My tags are no longer next to anything, so I have no idea what I have. But yeah, we've got a couple of little ones here. Hopefully they will take off. This one is all broken up, so hopefully the roots are still good and we'll get some fresh growth on that. I had an extra tomato plant, not a spot to put it, so I put it in this bucket. It had dirt in it already, so I just put it in here. Can't remember which one it is, if this is the San Marinero or if this is a giant paste. I can't really remember what I had. Where a lot of them came, the reason I have so many is a lot of my pots came with 3 tomatoes in them. 2 nice big size ones and then 1 little one, and those little ones are the ones that aren't looking so good right now. If they don't make it, they don't make it. That's okay. I have way more peppers or tomatoes than I need. But that is my garden planted, ready to go for the 2025 season. I'm gonna water here and then I'm gonna get back in the house because it's a little chilly, and I'm ready to get in, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy the rest of my day. So I had planted this one the other day. He was really little. And the bunny, I checked him this morning and he was okay, because I have not seen the bunny out here in quite a while. And I have evidence that a bunny died in my shed. So I thought I had my bunny. This tomato plant was just a real small tomato plant, very, very little. And none of my other ones were being hurt. And I thought, I'm good. I got the bunny, I don't have to worry about it. Well, I didn't get the bunny, because he came in here not this morning, because this was fine this morning, sometime this afternoon, and got that one and ate most of this one as well. They're 2 little tiny plants. So I'm going to have to put a fence on the bottom of my gate on the outside so it scrapes the ground, so that I can keep the bunny from getting in, because that is the only way he's getting in, is through the side of the gate, able to get through there. He also got to one of my tiny little peppers that I had, chewed off the leaves on those. Yeah. He likes as soon as they get a little bit bigger and bitter, he does not like it. He eats the little tiny leaves, so he ate all of the leaves on that one, all the way down. All those new leaves that were coming out, he ate them all. He started on these ones and left them. They weren't sweet enough. But yeah, I need to get rid of a bunny. Again, another bunny. Gotta find out where he's at. Hopefully I will, I'm not gonna put cages around everything. I'm going to we're gonna put some fencing on the bottom of our door, on the gate of our fence here. I'm just gonna take and put some hardware netting on the bottom of the door, so on the outside when it closes, it'll keep it right tight to the bottom, because he's coming in right there on this side and on this side of the gate. When they close, there's quite a bit of room. He's able to just slide right in there. So we're gonna make it so he can't get in. Yeah, he's just starting to eat everything, and I don't want to have to replace all kinds of stuff. Well, I hope I have that fixed there so the bunny cannot get in. Got some hardware fence zip tied there. We'll see what the rest of my plants look like tomorrow morning. Hopefully this keeps the bunny out and I don't have to worry about him. Those little cages around the bottom of the plants are a pain to put around. I can put them there if I need to, but I really don't want to. I'd like to just keep the bunny out of the garden altogether. So hopefully that works. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the first little bit of my garden. Hopefully you guys will, if you have the urge to want to plant a garden, there's a lot of these that will grow really, really well inside of pots. I have a couple of videos back last year and the year before where I have grown carrots in a pot, a big, huge pot on the porch. Yeah, I do them in the garden, but they'll be fine on the front porch, and you get quite a few carrots out of it. Peppers do really well in a container, so you can put them in a pot. Same with tomatoes. You can do a couple of tomatoes in a pot. There's a lot of things you can grow in pots on a deck and have at least some fresh fruit and vegetables. So my blueberries were always in a pot until last year. A lot of people do keep their blueberries in pots. A lot of people have some really good luck with putting strawberries in those trellises, those towers. I did not, but it might be that maybe I didn't have the right soil, I didn't water them enough, I don't know. But there's people that grow strawberries in those kind of things and they do really well. And when they grow and they put out their sprouts, you're able to take those sprouts and repot them and get growth out of those. You know, the only thing that I would not suggest putting in growing in pots is your rhubarb and your blackberries and raspberries, because they just drop fruit. Well, blackberries and raspberries drop fruit and then things progress from that. So you could have raspberry plant bushes all over. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can grow in pots. Cucumbers actually do pretty good in a pot as well. You put a tomato cage in the pot and let them grow up around the tomato cage, and they actually do pretty well. You don't get a ton of fruit from them, but for one or two people you would get enough to eat some fresh produce that you wouldn't have to buy. And you can start these all with seeds, or you can go to your local garden center and buy starter plants. I usually do starter plants because I do not have luck growing a lot of stuff from seeds. But for a couple of bucks, for $30, I got all of the plants that I have in my garden. And I hope you guys enjoyed the content of this video and that you'll stick around and watch some other ones. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. It does benefit me by you subscribing to my channel. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.